Hello everybody, this is Miss Pi again. In this video I'm going to show you how to do how to graph a square root function and how to transform it. Okay, so essentially the shape that I'm trying to get is this form right here. And there's lots of different types of functions I can use, but most of you probably are using your parabolas a whole lot or your quadratic equation a whole lot, which I could use, but remember, for your project, you have to have at least two different types from each one of the four boxes. So if all you have is quadratics, then you're going to lose points. So in this case, right here, I will show you how to use your square root function. And to do that, first push tab. We're up here. Let's see. Yep, we already have that. So square root. Well, you have your square root symbol. So control equals to get the square root symbol. Your x needs to be in there. And all the other stuff, it will transform it. So right now this is the shape that I have because I have not done any type of transformations yet. Okay, I know that I want this point to be somewhere over here, and so I'm going to shift it over and shift it up, but I also want the graph to flip. So I'm going to give myself a negative reflection or I'm going to do a negative somewhere to get a reflection. And most of the time I want to say, okay, if I make this a negative square root, that should give me a reflection of some sort. And then I also want to do, let's see, I want to move it over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, about 7.5 to the right. So it's going to be x minus about 7.5, and here I'm just guessing. And then I also want to move this point up 1, 2, let's say maybe 2.5. So now I'm going to get outside of the square root symbol, and I'm going to add 2.5. This is my vertical shift up. Okay, so now I'll push enter. Well, my graph went way over here, and I did get a reflection with this negative, but instead of flipping it this way, it flipped it across the x-axis. So wrong type of reflection. So for those of you that want this type of shape, then you just put the negative out front. But there's one other place you can put that negative and still get a reflection. For this, you're going to need your x minus 7.5 in parentheses, and then right in between the square root symbol and your parentheses is where you put the negative sign. Okay, so do that and see what you get. All right, so there we have it. Now, I do not like the curve of my line. I would like it curved a little bit more so I can get more of this shape here. So I'm going to do a compression or a stretch or compression. I'm not sure which. If you look in your notes, you can see the formula off to the side. You have a divided by some a value. That's going to change your stretch or compression. And I have no idea if I want a big number or a little number. So I'm going to just experiment a little bit here. So let's do divided by 5 and see what happens. Okay, well that totally messed it up. Didn't work at all. It made it much more flat. I want more curved. So maybe I need to have a even bigger number. So let's say divided by 10. See what that does. Okay, well that did the opposite effect. That actually made it smaller. So obviously I need a number smaller than 5. Okay, and so let's try the number 2. See what that happens to my curve. All right, so now I'm getting a little bit more of a curve there, but not enough. So even smaller than a 2. So let's try 1.5 maybe. Notice I'm just guessing here. I'm just trying and seeing what will work. So I'm getting a little bit more of a curve, not quite enough. So even smaller. Let's try 1.25. Okay, wow, that looks really, really close. Especially if I made that a thick line, it would look really, really good. If I wanted it even closer, I could probably maybe do 1.15 if I really wanted to, and it kind of gets a little bit closer. And honestly, it looks like I probably just want to just shift it up just a little bit more. So maybe here, instead of a 1.25 for the shift up, I can do 2.75, and see what that gives me. Okay, so that moves it up some, but then it totally messes up my curve. Now I need to readjust the curve. So you can tell that this is a big process of trial and error, and it may take you a little bit of time. Well, that's why I give you a whole bunch of practice. So let's see, I'm going to try 1.75 and see what happens there. Okay, wow, that looked really, really good. But you can see that it only matches up from here to here. So I need to go ahead and limit that. Let's probably limit it to maybe a 3, from 3 to, let's see, 1, 2, 3 to 4, 5, 6, 7, maybe 7.5. Okay, so now I need to put my limit in there. Control equals for the such as line. We said 3, right? 3, control equals for the less than, your x, another control equals for your less than sign, and then 7.5 right there. Let's see how that does. All right, that looks really good. And the last thing I want to do, go ahead and hide that. All right, so there's my line, and I have this kind of curve thing there. Hopefully it was helpful to you on how to change or transform your square root function. And again, if I had a shape where I wanted it to start here and go down this way, I could do the exact same formula and just have a negative here. Okay, I'll show you how to do that really quickly. I know my picture I don't want it, but I can. So if I want the whole formula exactly the same, I can do Control A to highlight everything, Control C to copy, then go down one, Control V to paste. Where's my V? There's V. But notice that it doesn't only copy my formula, but it also copies all this extra stuff. So I'm just going to get rid of that because I don't need that. And then I said I wanted it to reflect, so I will put that needs to be negative sign, not a minus sign, and push enter. Now I get another square root that's going up like this, and because I want a mirror image here, I just copied and pasted it. Alright, so hopefully you found this video helpful. I will be posting more later. Bye.